Hello, fabulous Libra. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2015, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an important month it is for you. I think I said the exact same phrase as I started your general focused horoscope. It really is a big month for you. Lots is going to be changing personally, but also, as I touched on, in your general focused horoscope, in your relationships as well. Big changes coming up ahead for you, very much for the best. Absolutely. Now it's going to be up to you to trust that. Actually, everything that is taking place, even when it feels a little chaotic, even if it feels a little uncertain, is leading you in a direction that is good, that is solid, and that is secure. What I love about this month for you is that some of the most important learnings and understandings and insights and revelations and really starting points are going to be courtesy of other people, particularly one-on-one interactions and partnerships. Now, for some, this is going to manifest in terms of like business partnerships and alliances. But for a lot of people out there, for a lot of those of your sign, I do think that this energy is going to manifest in the realm of relationships in terms of love. When there is a new moon taking place in your opposite sign, it pretty much always, and I gotta say, like pretty much always means someone else is there, because the universe needs you to have that sort of bouncing off place, needs you to see something new and have a new beginning based on how you see yourself as reflected in the eyes of another. So it's a fresh beginning in your understanding of what you're going for in love, what you really want, and how you are going to go forward from here to experience greater love, particularly the kind of love that comes from partnership. Those of you in an established bond, this is going to be such an important month. I think that those of you in an established bond are going to be feeling this energy more than most, because you are going to be going through a lot of changes. And I do think early in the month, you know, I'll always be honest with you. I like to say I'm always going to be honest with you. And I'll always say it in a way that empowers you, because that is my firm belief, that the universe wants to show you these symbols to empower you to move towards greater love and greater wisdom. And so I got to say, I do think in the early part of the month, it's very possible that a partner is going to say something that doesn't feel good. Okay, that's likely to annoy you or irritate you in some significant way. And ultimately, this is about pointing to something within you, some truth that you need to admit. Now, that truth may be, this is who you're really with. Now, be honest with yourself. This is the person that you're choosing to align yourself with. How do you feel about that? Are you okay with that? But the truth might also be, this is who you are in love. This is who you are in this relationship. Is this the person that you really want to be? So where it is that, if your partner comes to you with a grievance, it may not be you, but it might be you. And that's going to be where your learning begins. To learn to decipher the difference. Now, ultimately, the answer is found somewhere in the middle. And this is true for just about every answer that you're ever going to try to find in your life or that you receive in your life. The answer is somewhere in the middle. So that means it can't be that only one person is doing something and the other person is only receiving. But very likely there's a dynamic playing out that both people are contributing to. This month is going to make it undeniably honest. And so you've got to get honest with yourself at this particular eclipse at the beginning of the month. And even if you're not wanting to or not willing to, I don't think the universe is going to give you a lot of choice. It is going to be, you have to look at yourself. You have to look at where you are in partnership. Those of you who are dating somebody, so you've got somebody in your sphere, you're getting to know somebody romantically, I do think that this moment also is going to be truth time as to who is this person that you're with. Now, in the early part of the month, because it is a full moon eclipse, a lot of the energy tends to be about letting go, about closures, closing karmic ties, ending karmic chapters. Big theme happens during lunar eclipses. That's what takes place. Sometimes those karmic ties and karmic themes are modes of being, modes of operating in the world. Sometimes they do have to do with people sort of exiting, leaving. So this is going to be your chance to be really honest with yourself about the good and the bad in this other person. And again, chances are it doesn't have that much to do with them, and it says a lot about you. What's going on with you? What put you or drew you into this situation? What was that about? So that's what I see an important part of the motivation at that. But ultimately, you're looking at this person and saying, okay, can I see myself with this person for the long haul? I think some of you won't be able to see that. Some of you will find that the challenge is good, okay? Now, if you're getting to know somebody where it's already rooted in friendship, you stand the best chance to actually move this in a positive direction and to continue going on with this person at that. Those of you who are open to meeting somebody new, or who in early part of the month realize that the path you've been going with somebody isn't working for you, you have one of the most, one of the moments of the year that tends to speak to actually meeting somebody, because the universe wants you to learn about yourself. As reflected in the eyes of another, chances are somebody is going to be there to help you learn just that. This is thanks to the new moon that's happening in the second part of the month. So in the first part, the focus is a lot on you. You are the one who's going through a lot of changes. But by the time we get you to the second part of the month, the focus becomes a lot more about another person, and it's a new moon at that. So it's a fresh beginning, a fresh start, new person coming in so that you can see where you are in love, the barriers within you to love. But ultimately, it does look like you're very enlivened, okay? So by the second half of the month, there should be at least one moment that enlivens you in love and fills you with hope. Now, there isn't a lot of groundedness to this energy, I gotta be honest. Not a lot of groundedness to this energy, but what we do have is inspiration and belief and hope and almost like a soothing energy coming in that allows you to really understand that there is a lot of love available to you. And that's a big part of the learning this month. Love is available to you. Sometimes when you least expect it, it can seem to come out of nowhere and change the way you see yourself and your place in the world. And this month, love does change you. It does make you look at yourself differently, and it does make you realize that who you are might even be a whole other version than you thought of before. And this new version is one that I think you'll like very much.